Computer. Okay, hello everybody. I think we're recording. Yes, I am recording. Yeehaw! I have a brand new computer because you have both heard my woes that started several weeks ago, and it was Doug who was on the other end of my damn it, the computer won't charge.
Yes.
Uh, so it was a university computer, and I first contacted the university on the 17th of December to say that none of my ports were working. They got back to me 2 days ago. But in the meantime, I was so damn frustrated at not having a computer. I was using my old one and it couldn't store anything. So I was terrified every time I'd write a paragraph that I was going to lose it. I just went out and bought another one.
Yeah.
I spent my own money, just bought my own computer, but I'm still setting it up and connecting it to everything. So bear with me if I go, oh, where's this? Where's that? So, Cherubs, what's happened this week in your research worlds?
And you first, Emery.
Okay. Um, so I've been doing a lot of baby stuff as well. Just excuse me 1 second. Hopefully that's done it.
I'd expect you
Um,
to be doing baby stuff given that you've got a new baby in the house.
baby, yeah,
Yeah.
yep. But the thing I've been working on is the positionality stuff, and so I've actually started doing a bit of the artwork, and I did the writing, lots of stuff and that sort of thing. And a couple of things came out of that. Um, One was around like it's all very well that I've got these existing relationships that mean that that's not something I have to develop before um, you know, going in and doing the research about this early childhood education and care stuff. But um, I was also thinking about that ethically, that people, there's a lot of people who would feel they have some obligation to me,
Hmm.
due to um, like having the counselling role. And even though, in theory, you don't have, um, relationship with people outside the counselling role in a small community,
Yeah.
that it's, you do, like that just is, and people are grateful that you've helped them through a rough patch or whatever. But I also like I grow bananas and pumpkins and bits and pieces, lemons, and I always give them away around the neighbourhood. Anything I've got extra, I just I'll go for a walk and give them to people. And so, there's a relationship there where I know people do view me a bit kindly. And so, therefore, how when you ask them, will they participate in your research, that there's then, are they actually free to say yes or no? Yeah, so that was something I'd sort of come up with. And then the other thing was about, and it's something I've noticed a lot over time, like the way we introduce ourselves as being, a mental health social worker or um, whatever our role is, where, with Indigenous people, it's about where they come from and who they're connected to.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, so yeah, there's yeah, some reflections.
Yeah,
It's going
really
to be
deep
difficult.
insights. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, Doug.
I'm just going to say with your ethics application, that's going to be something that you'll have to really fight for, I think, getting through to the board how your relationship with your neighbours and community and trying to not convince them, but trying to get them to come on board to participate.
Mm.
Because that's a real red flag, I think, that they'll want to have a clear idea about how you're going to address that.
Mm.
When I put in my ethics application, I'm pretty sure there was a section on potential problems with the research, that I addressed the problems that I could think of. And of course, we only know what we know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Until something like this pops up, we don't even think about it because we're so enculturated into the ways that we live and the communities that we survive in. But Anne-Marie, just picking up on you're giving fruit and veg away as you walk around the community. You know my address, eh? Yeah. I would love
You moved too far away.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
You
I
were
know.
almost next door at one stage.
Yes, yeah. But never mind, this is where we are. I have seen that lots of people, when I've been traveling, lots of people put their excess fruit or veg in a bag and they hang it on their fence. So then there's no control over who takes it. And I thought that was a really lovely community spirited thing to do.
Yeah, I've done that too. You know, if I've had like excess bananas and didn't want to go to the trouble of dispersing them myself, I would just put on Facebook, you know, they're hanging on the fence. Help yourself.
Yes. Yeah, and that's a great idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been making banana ice cream.
wow.
We're healthy eaters, as you know, Anne-Marie. So it's just I cut up and freeze the bananas, then I put them in the blender with some cinnamon and some maple syrup and blend the shit out of them and then
Yeah.
refreeze it. It is beautiful. Absolutely lovely. It tastes like ice cream, banana ice cream. Yeah. Anyway, so Doug, what's happened in your research world? I'm really interested to hear because have you had a response to your email that you discussed last?
I've had a slight response from Stephen Greenland saying there are potential options
Oh,
for supervisors. That's as far as it goes.
okay.
Kim comes back on board today,
Okay.
and she's got 2 emails waiting for her 9:30, either my time or her time,
Yep.
about what I would like to happen and stuff, and also to explain why I sent the email to Stephen in the first place, how I had a whinge and I panicked because I hadn't had any feedback
Yeah.
back, even though it was said that it was supposed to be there by the end of close.
Yeah. That's not really a whinge, just saying, because you have waited a long time.
Yeah,
Right.
I know, but I'm not forceful. I'm not an assertive person at times, so that's why I put a whinge.
Yeah, look, I think you're a very kind and patient person, and you absolutely advocated for yourself on that occasion, and your email was an excellent email.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been thinking a lot about your situation and potentially finding another supervisor, and I cannot go past the world expert in climate change, Dr. Steve Turton, who I know you're connected to on LinkedIn.
Okay. I am too, yes.
Yeah, I don't even know if he does supervisions. I don't even know if he's still working. It's been many, many years since I had, like 30 or more years since I had face-to-face contact with him.
Okay.
Anne-Marie, I don't know if he was at JCU when you went through, but Steve was actually a geography lecturer when I went through as an undergrad. And he was really involved in student life. Like, he was really approachable, a lovely, lovely man. So Doug, I thought that might be a match for you.
Is that he at CDU, is he?
No, he's
No?
not. you know, you can have an adjunct who is
Yeah.
at another
Yeah.
university.
Well,
Yeah,
that's what we
but
thought Tara could be as well, but
yes, I know. But I understand Tara.
yeah,
I
yeah,
understand her position, right? Even though I hate it.
yes,
Like I get it. It's okay. Yeah.
yeah.
So we all have to find alternatives. And
Mm,
quite frankly, I don't think we'll ever find anybody who is as good as a HDR supervisor as Tara.
yeah.
Like she wrote the textbook.
Mm,
Yeah, she's just fantastic. Yeah.
yeah. But apart from that, I've been working on my proposal, adding climate change adaptation to it, as well as keeping the mitigation part. So
Hmm.
I've just expanded it a bit and kept everything in track changes. So whoever gets to read it can see I need to read this bit here and this bit there, and not the whole document again. And
Yeah.
that's only about 12,000 words with references, so it's not huge.
That's for your proposal, your
Yeah,
COC. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I think my COC finished at about 15.
yeah,
And it was Tara that said, no more. You're way over because it's supposed
yeah,
to be about 10. Yeah. But
yeah.
yeah, it
So
is what it
yeah,
is.
it shouldn't take months to read it.
You wouldn't think so.
No.
Yeah, but who knows what happened? She might
Yeah,
have
I don't know
something.
a workload or anything, so or what. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I'm keen to hear when there is some sort of a resolution for you
Yes,
because you're also running out of time. You're
I
on,
am. I'm
well,
supposed
no,
to have,
your stipend is running out of time.
yeah, and I was supposed to have presented the COC before now.
Yeah.
So that would be the stretch yet. So I have to start thinking about doing a presentation about that soon as well and
Yeah.
getting that. I might do that today actually.
Yeah. And this is all good for Anne Marie as well because
Yeah.
she's still to do hers.
Mm.
But I put my heart and soul into mine, and it was the most intense thing that I've done so far because it was so concentrated. Like, oh, I've got to get this done. And my update is that I have negotiated with an accountability partner that they
Mm.
will be reading whatever I've written that day, be it 500 words or 1,000 words, and I'm aiming for 1,000,
Yep.
but they will read it every day before anything else gets done. So it's
Yeah.
my husband
Okay.
who read it yesterday and it was very rude to me. And I said, I'm really hoping that I don't seem like a mad woman with stuff all over the place. And he looked up at me and he said, uh-huh.
Did you whack him?
I wanted to.
Yes.
Um,
Throw something at him like a throw something light and just whack
yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah. Well, he was reading it to try and understand.
Yeah.
And I said, well, it's out of context. You've got a piece of writing with no
Mm.
lead in and no explanation of terms used in there because they're in previous sections.
Mm.
All I want you to do is force me into writing 1,000 words every day because I know you're going to read it and look at my syntax, look at my spelling. And when I'm writing, I'm not concerned about spelling. I'm
No.
just getting it down. Like I'm just
Yeah.
writing. Yeah. And when he read it, I hadn't even reread it. So when I did reread it, I could see why he agreed that I was a mad woman. Um, because my syntax didn't make sense to me. Like, what am I trying to say in that sentence? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
There's when your brain thinks too fast and you're trying to type or you and it just doesn't make sense.
yeah. And I'm finding I'm getting, this is terrible. I'm getting very, very annoyed with telephone interruptions
Yes.
because I lose my chain of thought and then I don't necessarily go back to that same spot. So I might have half a sentence written and then 2 days later I read it and I go, what the hell? I don't even know what I was thinking about.
Have you got your phone on silent?
Now, yeah, so that's been recommended so many times. Like, don't even have your phone in the room.
Mm.
Like you're getting paid to do a PhD. You're not getting paid to answer the call
Yeah.
or yeah, or whatever. Yeah.
Or the beep that goes, oh, Facebook.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, just look at that on LinkedIn. Oh,
Yeah,
something on climate change, which I did this morning. Like, oh God, I've got to read that. Yeah, anyway. But it is
yeah,
what it is, yeah. So
yeah.
Anne-Marie, you're still going to get to this stage.
Yes, indeed. I'm actually really so there's an Aboriginal lady actually from UQ who I'd been put in contact with when I was trying to work out what I was going to do. And then she's connected me with someone else. And they're actually doing a FASD project. And they've actually done Kit the Koala for their FASD thing based on Boris, the bear. So we've like been talking to one another a fair bit about, the way I use Boris and that sort of thing. And then they've put it into this Kit the koala in the cartoon thing. But one of the ladies is doing her PhD and she's doing her confirmation of candidature um, at the end of January. And so she's invited me by Zoom to link into that as well. But their trade-off with, me attending their meetings and talking about their stuff is, if I want any help, they'll give it to me as well. So,
Oh,
yeah.
that's absolutely fantastic. And how nice that Boris is going to end up referenced in a dissertation. That's
Yeah,
really cool. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Now, this actually makes me think of something that happened yesterday, and I don't know if either of you saw it. I don't know if it was on one of the social media, but it's in response to the mass resignation of psychiatrists in New South Wales. I
Oh,
don't know
didn't
if
see
you're
that.
aware of that.
No.
Yeah, so it's just under 200 psychiatrists have resigned because they asked for a 25% pay increase and it was denied. But the background to that, because that sounds a lot, 25,000,
Mm.
sorry, 25%. But the background is that only a third of those professional positions are filled. So you've got a psychiatric team that is absolutely run off their feet, right? So
Yeah,
they've just resigned. And the mental health field across Australia is up in arms about it. And one of my CANS contacts, who is a lived experience educator, she calls herself, oh gosh, what is it? Expertise by experience. That's how her title. She has a B Psych, so I don't know if we were at uni together or it'd be close in time. I've known this woman for a very long time. Anyway, she wrote this brilliant response on LinkedIn, and I sent her just a comment on LinkedIn to say, are these your own words? Could I use them in my thesis, please?
yeah,
And she rang me and she said, thank you so much for asking. Of course you can. And I get very little comments back from people, so I never know where my stuff is falling. But thank you for asking, Megan. That was such a good thing to do. So that's made me realize that I absolutely need to leave more positive feedback for people on social media as well. It's so easy to blast people and just ignore stuff. It might be valuable to you, but we don't do anything with it. We don't tell
yeah,
them past a like or a heart or something like that. But this woman was so happy to have that positive feedback, to know that her words had landed well. Yeah, that's just something. It's just a beside the by.
Yeah.
mm.
Hey, Doug, do you know who Boris is?
No.
No.
Oh,
So Boris is a big bear puppet that I use for teaching kids tapping.
Yep.
So EFT, yeah. So Boris experiences all the emotions, and he does the stuff rather than it being placed on a kid. So with doing, so I did in a year one classroom where the kids were like pushing desks over, running out of the classroom, hiding under desks. They'd had like 5 teachers within 6 months, and
Mm.
yeah, and so they were working out what they were going to do, and we'd sort of talked about mindfulness and that sort of thing. Ended up deciding to do tapping because it occupied their
Yeah.
hands,
Yeah.
so that hopefully they didn't hit and um,
Act
you know,
out, sort of.
kick other people while they were doing.
Yes.
And kids have got lots in their heads. The whole thing of going into your head is
Mm.
not useful for them. And yeah, so that was sort of the start of it. So I had Boris and we did this tapping, and it was just amazing the bubble of calm that it produced within the classroom.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
and it worked really well. And so like I've gone on to learn more and um do it individually and learn to do it as a therapeutic modality, where the first one was just tapping in the classroom, so just for calming kids. But
Yeah.
yeah, so and now Boris is in a book doing tapping.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I
But
wrote
is he copyrighted?
yeah, well, wrote a rhyming book, so it's got the
Yeah.
the rhythm and stuff with it for the tapping. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
that's excellent. Yeah. So it's not just that Boris is in the book. Anne Marie is very humble and she doesn't tell how brilliant she is. Anne Marie published Boris as her second book. So her first book is Emotional Storms that we're going to do at book club was it April? I can't remember.
April, yeah.
Yeah, April. Yeah. So she's humble, but I'll blow her horn for her. Yeah, it's very good. Yeah. And Anne Marie and the teacher of EFT came
Yeah.
to Norfolk Islands one December, two Decembers ago. They came over and we
Okay.
had a retreat over there.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, it was good. It was good fun.
Okay.
Yeah. So there you are, Anne Marie. I'll blow the horn. So I wanted to share with you,
Yes.
we've each talked about our own positionality at different times, but standpoint theory is a little bit different. Do you know about standpoint theory?
A little bit, but
No.
not much.
Yeah, and I don't know much either, except that it is a vintage theory, and because it's a vintage theory, it's often dismissed. But I
Yeah.
keep it on my wall over here because when I was learning about standpoint, I went, wow, I really need to look further into this. So I'm going to read from what's on my wall.
Yeah.
Standpoint theory, the epistemology of who gets to decide what the important scientific questions are. The articulation of who you are and the lens through which you view the world. It is controversial as it is a vintage theory hijacked by minority groups to give them a framework of importance. Now, that's a direct quote that I've taken from somewhere, but that's part of what I'm looking at is the status quo.
Yeah.
So, and how we're enculturated by and into the status quo. So they're the ones who get to decide what the important questions are. But the standpoint theory clearly nominates that it's the epistemology of who gets to decide what the important scientific questions are. Huh? Like lived experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or what works with children in the classroom in terms of tapping. So if we're not adding to research all the time and treating everything as data, of course the status quo will win. We've only got what they've already got. but my area now, resisting that status quo and producing new stuff all the time is so damned important. Yeah. So Boris is a little hero in my eyes, Anne-Marie. And Anne-Marie took Boris on holidays fairly recently.
Yes, yes. Boris went to the tip, hey? And and I've got a photo of him at the tip, and he's hanging on by dear life to the, tip of Cape York sign.
Oh, when you say tip, I thought like rubbish dump.
Yeah.
No, tip of Cape York.
So that's just my terminology from way back. So
Yeah,
not the top end.
Yeah.
So,
No,
sorry.
but I understood it because I lived on Cape York as well, and everybody
Yeah.
goes to the tip.
Yeah.
And there is a little sign there on the rocks.
Yeah, I've seen the sign.
Yeah. And of course, me being me, I had to go and dangle my hands in the water. And I was saying to Paul, get a photo. And he's going, you'll get taken by a crocodile or a wave. Or a wave will wash you off. Oh, but yeah, everybody goes to the tip. So it's appropriate that Boris did as well.
My brother's moving to Cairns to take up a director role at the Witherden Children's Hospital there?
Which children's?
Some sort of children's hospital in Cairns. He's going to be the director of medicine and start being in emergency child health or something.
Oh, okay. So yeah, there's two hospitals in Cairns. There's a private hospital and there's the government hospital.
Yeah,
So
I'm not. I guess it might be the public.
Yep. Okay. So
okay, he hasn't said.
Yeah. Okay. Is he a nurse or a doctor or management?
He's a manager.
Okay. Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So he's earning the big bucks.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Doesn't give me any anymore.
Yeah, that happens with families.
Yeah.
Yes. How old are you, Doug?
I'm 51. David's 50. So he's moving up. I think the job starts on the 24th of Feb.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
so
Anne-Marie might run across him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's in Canberra doing a similar job.
Okay.
At North something hospital in Canberra, and then they're driving to Cairns.
Okay.
So with their husky dog in the back.
And from Canberra to Cairns, wow, that's a big climatic shock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Has he lived in hot places before?
Well, he wants to retire in Greece.
Yeah.
With his boyfriend.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll get married. Hopefully they get married. He did spend what was it? Quarantine in Darwin when coming out from the UK. So he spent, I don't know, a fortnight, a month there, and so he better love it.
Yeah.
Yes. You can't just take up a job and leave it like he does. He just has a job for a year or two, then moves on. So
yeah,
that's good if you can do it, but it's not how you should be doing it.
No, I've been like that throughout most of my career as well, but I did it to progress my career.
Yeah.
And I've always believed that some people have 1 year of experience repeated 33 times, for example.
Yeah.
If they've been in the same job for 33 years.
Yeah.
Whereas some people have 33 yearly progressions to enhance their knowledge and skills and career.
I think that's what David's done. He's advanced each time.
Yeah. It doesn't always transpire like that.
No.
But that's what I've always had in my head.
Yeah.
But my father was an army officer. So I've got that real mentality of you've got to change all the time. Moving around and well, 2 major moves we had in a 4-month period. Like, oh my God, that was too much for me even. just too much. Yeah. Anyway, so my cherubs, do you want to write together? Or
We
oh
can
no,
write.
I actually can't. I forgot. I've got
Oh,
a supervisee straight after. I'm so sorry.
that's all right.
Yeah.
Next time.
Yeah, next time. But yes, I'm very happy to get back into that writing together.
Yep.
I just need to book my diary out because if I don't, it's
Yes.
just smashed. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
That's all
Um,
right.
But everybody have a wonderful, wonderful week. And don't forget to reach out if there is anything that I can help you with. And Doug, I do read emails, particularly from Mary. Like I keep abreast of what's happening,
Yep.
but I do get a bit bogged down at times.
Yep.
So even though I'm not responding, I am reading. Yeah.
That's all right.
And Anne-Marie,
I'll keep sending.
how long are you now in Cairns for, Anne-Marie? How long will you still be there
Probably
for?
about 6 weeks. So Kirsty's operation is tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I'm moving from Steph's place over to Kirsty's place. But yeah, she won't be able to drive or do anything for 6 weeks after they remove her rib.
Yeah.
So I'll be over here for that time.
And have you got lots of jokes up your sleeve about Adam and Eve? You know?
Well, we did that. And we did think that maybe going out for that Jace and I could go out for ribs for lunch or something. We thought, and with the rib, we thought, since it's from a female, maybe they could make an improved version of a male, we've sort of, done the rib thing.
And has she got a sense of humor? Like she's able to accommodate?
Yes.
That's
She's a
good.
bit worried about it, which is quite normal. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Someone's joining.
Someone is joining. Hello to you. Just connecting to audio. Yeah. Hello, Sal. Is that how I say it?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you.
I was just about to jump off because I've got another appointment. But before I go, tell us about your research and what are you doing? Where are you?
All right. Thank you. Yeah, I just stumbled upon this link. I'm a social worker. I am based in Shepparton in Victoria. And I am doing research with La Trobe University. My topic is more in the public health kind of area. I am focusing on palliative and end-of-life care. My population of interest is migrants from sub-Saharan African origin. So I'm now getting into my third year in that project. And so kind of getting to a stage where this month I'm due to put in my big proposal and ethical approvals and all that. And hopefully by mid-year, I should be starting recruiting my participants.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So is this PhD?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, and now how do I pronounce your name?
SAL.
Sal. Oh, that's easy. Easy as. So Sal, Doug and Anne-Marie are both at a very similar level with putting in their research proposals and going to confirmation of candidature and putting in ethics. So you guys are all very similar. Yeah.
Very sounds like. Hello, Anne. Hello, Doug.
Hello there.
So,
all right.
Sal, are you also from one of those African countries that you're looking? Yeah, okay. So this is interesting too. We've been having some discussions about Anne-Marie and being a member of the community that she's researching, even though there's different ethnicities.
Yep.
Yeah, but how that can cloud ethical questions. Are participants just joining because they think they owe you something? And yeah. So I have to go because I've got another client very shortly. But these are recorded, Sal, and I put them all on YouTube. So it might be worth watching what Anne-Marie had to say and how we all commented. Yeah. But Sal,
Sounds good.
we're very happy to have you join us. We meet every single Monday and we do it as peer support. So are you a member of AASW?
Yes, I am a member. And I mean, that's where I got this link from AASW. And of course, I thought it's quite a lonely journey, studying by yourself. So,
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Yes, indeed.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the only people that can really understand are the others who are either going through a PhD or who have done a PhD.
Definitely.
Particularly the mental health aspect of a PhD. It's that loneliness. And for me, it's questioning myself all the time, like, am I really good enough to do this?
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. But we meet at, it's 9:30 Queensland time. Thank you, Doug, for picking me up on that mistake that I made. It's 9 o'clock my time, 9:30 Queensland time, which of course for you, Sal, will be 10:30. Is that right?
Oh,
No,
all right.
No, I've got that wrong, Doug.
no, it will be 10:30 your time, Sal. While daylight savings is on,
Yeah.
and then it'll be 9:30 after daylight savings. So
All right.
and usually we would you explain how things work, Megan? Like
Look,
afterwards.
Yeah, so we generally we get together for half an hour just to discuss what's going on with our research, and then there's the option of writing silently together for an hour or half an hour or whatever. Yeah, but going back to the AASW stuff, if you need to be using this for your accreditation or your credentialing, that's why I put it onto YouTube so that you've always got the link. And it's evidence that you have attended. Yeah, so same for you, Anne-Marie and Doug. I know Anne-Marie's a member. I'm not sure, Doug, did you join?
It was too expensive.
Yeah, it's terribly expensive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, we like to get in and support each other, Sal. I think it's very important.
That's all right. That's all right. So technically, I'll come in while you are getting to the end of today's session.
Correct. Yeah.
I'll certainly put my reminder at the correct time, 10:30 Victorian time.
Yes.
Next Monday.
Yes.
I'll do that.
Next Monday. Yes. Yeah. All
I'll
right.
do that.
But at least you came and we got to meet you, and you're most welcome.
Thank you very much. And yeah, definitely. I mean, and I think by next week as well, because I've been on sort of leave of absence, and by next week, that's when I'm on leave of absence up to the end of this month. Then beginning of January or February, I'll be back to it. So, but in preparation for that, I'll certainly be back on this platform on Monday.
Wonderful. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Are you working at the same time, or are you? Yeah.
Yes, I work, but Mondays I don't work.
Oh, that's excellent.
Well.
Yeah. That works out really well. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
Well, my cherubs, goodbye to all of you, and thank you for your input and support of each other. It is absolutely invaluable.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you,
all
Megan.
next
Thank you,
week.
Anne.
See ya.
See you
Bye.
next week.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.